Hi children, this is Ritu Tamret and you are watching my channel Literature with Ritu. So once again I have come before you with a new poem that is After Blenheim. So this is once again an anti-war poem written by Robert Sade. Right, so a few days ago, a few months ago, I uploaded one story that was Old Man at the Bridge. So this poem reminds me of that story because both, like this poem and that story, both of them are anti-war, right? So this is also a very sensitive poem which today we are going to discuss or we are going to read, right? So the here in this poem the poet describes the losses and after effects of an epic war which had been fought between two groups of countries in 1704. Actually I'm talking about Spanish succession war. Actually this war took place in 1704, and later after some decades Robert Sade had written this poem, right? So this war was uh, I have already told you this that this war was on account of a Spanish succession in Blenheim, right? So this war actually took place in Blenheim, and this was the name of a village in South Germany, right? So actually these things, like, we are not related with these things, we are not concerned about the background of the poem, but even then I always feel if you are going to read some story, if you're going to read some poem, then it's quite imperative on your part to have at least some knowledge about the background. Otherwise you're not going to, like, कॉम्प्रीहेंड द थिंग्स प्रॉपरली. ठीक है, तो आप जब तक उसका बैकग्राउंड नहीं जानेंगे तो पढ़ तो लेंगे, समझ में आएगा, पोयम हो या फिर कभी कभी नोवेल्स हम लोग देखते, मतलब जो एक्सट्रैक्ट होता है. आई हैव कम अक्रॉस मेनी टाइम्स, लाइक यू नो, डिफरेंट एक्सट्रैक्ट्स एज स्टोरीज. तो एंड दीज एक्सट्रैक्ट्स आर टेकन फ्रॉम नॉवेल्स. अब पूरे नॉवेल्स को तो हम नहीं पढ़ सकते, बट थोड़ा सा अगर नॉवेल्स के बारे में, इफ़ यू डोंट हैव आइडिया अबाउट द बैकग्राउंड एटलीस्ट, then I'm very sure that you're not going to understand the poem or that extract properly. So बहुत important है कि थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड को जाने. तो ये जो वॉर 1704 में हुआ था, दिस वॉज अ स्पेनिश सक्सेशन वॉर. सो वंस अगेन आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू गो quite deeper inside the background or the history of this war, but at least I'm going to tell you a few things about that so that you could understand the poem properly, right? So इसमें क्या था कि दो साइड में वॉर हुआ था. ऑन द वन हैंड there were the English and some Austrians, and on the other there were French and some other countries, right? तो इन दोनों ग्रुप ऑफ कंट्रीज के बीच में वॉर हुआ था, और दिस बैटल रिजल्टेड इन द ग्रैंड विक्ट्री ऑफ द इंग्लिश अंडर द ड्यूक मालब्रो. ठीक है, इसमें इंग्लिश का बहुत बड़ा ग्रैंड विक्ट्री हुआ था, और इंग्लिश पीपल का बहुत बड़ा ग्रैंड विक्ट्री हुआ था इस बैटल के अंदर. ठीक है, लेकिन वॉर ऑलवेज ब्रिंग्स डेथ एंड डिस्ट्रक्शन. वी नो वॉर, however great it is, however victorious it is, but this always brings destruction, demolition, death and catastrophe, right? And when I was reading this poem really reminds me of that story, Old Man at the Bridge, which I have already uploaded the video about, right? So you can go to that that story also. अगर वो आपके सिलेबस में है तो आप उसको भी देख सकते हैं. वो भी इस वॉर के बारे में ही है कि कैसे वॉर जो है, दैट इन द वॉर कॉमन पीपल आर नो वे इन रिलेशन विद दीज वॉर्स, बट दे बिकम द कोलैटरल डैमेज, दे बिकम द विक्टिम्स ऑफ द वॉर्स, दे बिकम द सफरर्स अल्टीमेटली. उसमें भी, उस स्टोरी में भी ये बताया गया है, एंड दिस पोएम ऑल्सो हैज़ ब्रॉट अबाउट द सेम फैक्ट बिफोर आवर आइज और इन फ्रंट ऑफ अस. सो लेकिन ये जो पोएम है ये थोड़ा सा आयरॉनिकल है टोन में. दिस पोएम इज़ अ लिटिल बिट आयरॉनिकल इन टोन बिकॉज ये जो इसमें एक बूढ़ा आदमी है, एक ओल्ड मैन है, कैस्पर जिसका नाम होता है. वो कैस्पर अपने बच्चों को और अपने ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन को ही इज टेलिंग देम about this war, but from time and again he is telling their grandchildren that this war was great, this people had won the victory or great victory against this war or in this war. तो इसमें बार बार वो बोल रहा है कि ये जो वॉर था वो बहुत विक्टोरियस था, बहुत विक्टोरियस था और बहुत ग्रैंड वॉर था. तो दिस काइंड्स ऑफ थिंग्स इज टेलिंग टाइम एंड अगेन. सो दिस इज व्हाई दिस पोएम हैज बिकम अ लिटिल बिट आयरॉनिकल इन टोन. अच्छा, उसके बाद हाँ, तो ये जो एक्चुअली ये जो ओल्ड कैस्पर है, ओल्ड कैस्पर, हम जानते हैं कि पोएट जो है, द पोएट इज कन्वेइंग हिज मैसेज, द पोएट इज कन्वेइंग हिज मैसेज थ्रू कैस्पर, थ्रू द वर्ड्स ऑफ कैस्पर. कैस्पर के वर्ड्स से और कैस्पर के थ्रू द पोएट इज ट्राइंग टू कन्वे हिज मैसेज थ्रू हिज वर्ड्स, राइट. वी नो दिस. इसमें ये जो पोएम है ये आयरॉनिकल क्यों है? क्योंकि सबसे पहले तो जो वॉर है, ओल्ड कैस्पर खुद भी जानता है, ही हिमसेल्फ नोज, और ही हिमसेल्फ हैज pity and compassion for those people who had to leave their, who had to lay down their lives, who had to sacrifice their lives in that war. But even then he is telling time and again that the war was very victorious, or it was a grand war, and this that. So from time and again he is glorifying, or he is trying to glorify this war. So this poem is little bit ironical in tone. और इसमें poet एक बात और बताना चाहते हैं कि ये जो कॉमन पीपल का मिसकॉन्सेप्शन है, जैसे जब वॉर होता है तो कॉमन पीपल इसको कैसे लेते हैं, जो कॉमन पीपल, जो हम लोग जनरल पीपल, वी द जनरल पीपल और वी द कॉमन पीपल, हाउ वी टेक these kinds of things, how what kinds of perspective, what kinds of attitude we have got towards this wars. अच्छा वार हुआ, अच्छा बहुत अच्छा हुआ, हम लोग का इतना सोल्जर अपना शहादत कर दिया, इतना सोल्जर ने अपने लाइफ को ले डाउन कर दिया, एंड दिस दैट. सो वी काइंड ऑफ लाइक ऑलवेज ट्राई टू ग्लोरीफाई दिस काइंड्स ऑफ वॉर्स. वी डोंट see the negative part of this, we don't see the black part of these kinds of wars which take place. Ki so many people become the sufferers, so many people become the ultimate sufferer, of course, ultimate जिसको बोलते हैं कि अल्टीमेट, एक क्या वर्ड था वो, माने वो सफरर्स बनते हैं और अल्टीमेटली उनको ही उसका भुगतान करना पड़ता है. तो ये जो कॉमन पीपल है इस चीज़ को नहीं समझते हैं, ठीक है. सो यहाँ से हम लोग शुरू करते हैं, ठीक है. सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड विद द फर्स्ट स्टैंजा. इट वाज अ समर इवनिंग, ओल्ड कैस्पर work was done, and he before his cottage door was sitting in the sun, and by him sported on the green his little grandchildren Wilhelmine. So it was the poem actually has opened up in a vivid scenario of summer evening. It was a very beautiful summer evening, and the poet has opened the first stanza or the poem in that vivid scenario of summer evening. Old Casper's work was done. So obviously, in the evening, people generally come back home from their work. So old Casper also comes back home in the evening, and he was sitting just in front of his cottage door. Cottage, hut, you could write hut भी लिख सकते हैं. वो अपने घर के सामने बैठा हुआ था, आप ऐसा लिख सकते हैं. तो he was sitting just in front of his cottage and in the sun. He was obviously sun के नीचे वो बैठा हुआ था, sun धूप का वो आनंद उठा रहा था. So by him spotted on the ground his little grandchildren Wilhelmine, and in the just in front of his cottage there was a green ground or green field on which his grandchildren Wilhelmine and Peterkin, they were playing, right. These two children were playing on this green field or this green ground, ठीक है. The second paragraph, or sorry, the second stanza. She saw her brother Peterkin roll something large and round, which he beside the rivulet in playing there had found. अब जो विलेमाइन होती है, she saw her brother Peterkin that he was rolling something, some object. There was an object in his hand and he was rolling that large object round and round in his hand, so, which he beside the rivulet in playing there had found, जिसको कि पीटरकिन को वो मिला था. पीटरकिन found that object, that round object beside the rivulet, नदी के किनारे. जो rivulet का आप लिख सकते हैं, it's a small body of running water, smaller than a river, so you could write. So I'm going to give you some of the synonyms for this. आप brook लिख सकते हैं, stream लिख सकते हैं. तो that beside that stream or brook he found that a round object and he started playing with that. He was obviously playing, and while playing he came across that round object and he started rolling that round object in his hand. He came to ask what he had found that was so large, smooth and round. Now he came to his grandfather. So now here one thing I would like to tell you, that children have got a kind of curiosity. They have got a kind of nature or kind of character that they develop a lot of curiosity about something which they come across. किसी भी चीज़ के साथ में वो आते हैं, संपर्क में आते हैं, तो दे it's quite natural on their part. Like as children, it's quite a character of children or small children that they develop a kind of curiosity कि मुझे अब इसके बारे में पता लगाना है कि ये क्या है, नहीं है, and they start asking a ton of questions. A volley of questions they start asking. Ab now he is thinking that he should go to his grandfather and he has to ask a lot of questions, or he has to pose a lot of questions to his grandfather about that object, जो कि कैसा था, large था, smooth था और round था, बड़ा था. Smooth मतलब एकदम से चिकना था और गोल था. Now come to the third stanza. Old Caspar took it from the boy who stood expectant by, and then the old Caspar shook his head and with a natural sigh. Now old Caspar, the old man, he took that round object from the hand of the boy who stood expectant by. मतलब कौन? वो जो बच्चा था, he was standing expectant. Expectant means he was eager to know about that. Like he was waiting with bated breath. You could write this expression. He was waiting with bated breath for the information from the mouth of his grandfather as to what that object was. उसके बारे में सुनने के लिए वो एकदम आतुर खड़ा था. उसके बारे में सुनने के लिए he was so excited. And then the old man shook his head. Now the old man shook his head. That was, he moved his head in an affirmative way that yes, I am going to tell you about this object, what it is all about. Okay, and with a natural sigh. Natural एकदम से naturally वो उसने एक relief लिया, sigh of relief लिया, और उसने अपने माने he now he is getting ready that he has to tell his grandchildren about that skull, about that obviously skull था वो जो round object था वो skull था, नीचे लिखा हुआ है. Now he is getting ready to tell his grandchildren about that skull, about that round object. "'Tis some poor fellow's skull," said he, "who fell in the great victory." Right? अब वो बता रहा है अपने बच्चों को कि ये this is, tis मतलब it is some poor fellow's skull. वो बता रहा है कि ये किसी poor fellow का, किसी बेचारे इंसान का skull है, who fell in the great victory. Now we can see that he is calling this war as great victory. On the one hand, he is calling that that fellow as poor fellow, because he has got, this is quite obvious from these lines, that he has got lot of compassion, he has got pity in his head or in his mind and heart for those people who had to live their life in this victory, in this war, who had to lay down their lives in this war. But on the other hand, he is calling this war as great victory or great war. तो यहाँ पे इसकी irony जो है वो सामने आती है कि this is the irony of the poem, that on the one hand he is calling these fellows as poor and who had to suffer in that war, who had to live there, who had to lay down their lives in this war, and on the other hand he is calling this war as great victory. So this is the irony of the poem. ठीक है. अच्छा, next perhaps this is the stanza 5, I think. Yes. 1 2 3 4. Just a minute. 1 2 3 4. Yes, so this is the stanza 4. We are going to start now. I find them in the garden, and for there are many here. There's many here about, and often when I go to plow, the plowshare turns them out. अब उसने आगे कहा, नाउ उसने अपने बच्चों को आगे कहा कि अरे मैं तो इनको रोज अपने बगीचे में पाता हूँ. आई ऑलवेज फाइंड दीज काइंड्स ऑफ स्कल्स इन माई गार्डन. Always, for there are many here about, and often when I go to plow, the plowshare turns them out. That means, और वो अपने फील्ड को या अपने गार्डन को जब भी वो प्लो करने के लिए जाता है, when he goes to his field to plow the field, तो plowshare जो है होता है, plowshare is a kind of machine which digs open the ground, right? And इसको जोतना बोलते हैं हिंदी में. And this plowshare is a kind of machine which digs open the ground in order to plow the ground. ठीक है, ताकि उसका ग्रोथ और बढ़े. तो जैसे ही plowshare ग्राउंड के अंदर डिग ओपन करता है तो a lot of skulls come out, right? So let's go to the next page. So this is the fourth stanza. So for many thousand men said he were slain in that great victory. क्योंकि उसने कहा कि जब भी वो अपने फील्ड को प्लो करने के लिए जाता है, देन a lot of skulls come out of the ground because वो जो है वहाँ पे दबे हुए हैं. they are lying underground, they are lying under the ground, और वो नीचे में दबे हुए हैं. और जब भी वो अपना ग्राउंड को प्लो करने के लिए जाता है तो सारा स्कल्स बाहर निकल जाता है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों ने, thousands of people were slain in that war. Okay, thousands of people thousands of people were executed, thousands of people died in that war. Okay, in that great victory. Once again he is calling that war as great victory, जिसमें कि the English people had won, right? The English people had won against the French. So this is the fifth stanza. Now tell us what it was all about. Young Peterkin, he cries, and little Wilhelmine looks up with wonder waiting eyes. Now अब मैंने जैसे कहा कि children have got this kind of curiosity, like they have got a spirit of inquiry, they have got this inquisitiveness, you could write inquisitiveness, that this spirit of inquiry, right? So two words I have given you, one expression, one word I have given you, that is spirit of inquiry you could write, and inquisitiveness you could also write in place of curious. Now, and little Wilhelmine looks up with wonder waiting eyes. Now little Wilhelmine also is started looking towards his grandfather, or begin to look towards his grandfather, because she was also getting curious. She also wanted to know about that skull, about that war, right? So what is wonder waiting eyes? Wonder waiting eyes is an expression showing surprise, right? So both of them had got a surprising and questioning attitude. Of course, now both of them, Wilhelmine and Peterkin, both of them had got a surprising and questioning attitude, right, towards their grandfather, because they wanted to know the reasons behind that war, right? As I have already told you that children have got a curious type of nature. They always want to know. They develop tons of questions. They develop bulk of questions about anything they come across. So here at this moment of time they have come across a skull, and obviously skull, this is a skull, this is not a small thing, this is a very big thing that they have come across. Two children have come across a skull, human skull, so it's quite natural on their part. Children generally develop questions even about trifles, even about unnecessary, unimportant things. So here this is not a unimportant thing, this is a skull, human skull. उसके बारे में वो लोग इतना जो क्यूरियस हो गए, दिस इज क्वाइट नेचुरल। कोई बड़ा भी होता तो वो शायद इतना ही क्यूरियस हो जाता। So now, wonder waiting eyes expression, I have told you the meaning, and you could write in place of this expression that they had got surprising and questioning attitude towards their grandfather because they wanted to know the reasons behind the war. And उसके बाद आप लिख सकते हैं who wanted their grandfather to explain, yes, the children wanted their grandfather to explain to them the reasons for the war and what good, क्या हुआ, वो जो वार हुआ उसके जो उसके जो ग्रैंड फादर हैं उस वार से वो लोग जानना चाहते हैं, वो दोनों बच्चे जानना चाहते हैं कि एक तो रीज़न बताइए आप, दे वांटेड टू नो द रीज़न। एंड ऑन द अदर हैंड जो बच्चों के सामने वो बार बार बोल रहे हैं कि ग्रैंड विक्ट्री, ग्रेट वॉर, बार बार ही वॉज रिपीटिंग दीज टू वर्ड्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ हिज ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन। तो उसी से शायद ये दोनों बच्चे का क्यूरियस जाग गया कि मुझे, हम लोगों को बताइए कि क्या अच्छा इससे मिला, इससे क्या अच्छा मिला। देखो, नाउ टेल अस ऑल अबाउट द वॉर एंड व्हाट दे फॉट फॉर ईच अदर फॉर, क्यों, किस चीज़ के लिए वो आपस में लड़े, ठीक है, किस चीज़ के लिए वो आपस में लड़े और इससे क्या अच्छा निकल कर आया, जो आप इसको जो है बार बार ग्रैंड विक्ट्री और ग्रेट वॉर आप इसको बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है। सो देयर क्यूरियोसिटी बिगेन टू गेट बिगर एंड बिगर, यू कुड ऑल्सो राइट लाइक दिस, देयर क्यूरियोसिटी बिगेन टू गेट बिगर एंड बिगर एंड दे हैड गॉट बल्क ऑफ क्वेश्चंस इन देयर माइंड। नाउ अपने उनके जो ग्रैंडफादर है उनको अब आंसर देना है। तो आज इतना ही हम लोग रहने देते हैं 5 स्टैंजा तक, नेक्स्ट वीडियो में नेक्स्ट स्टैंजा से चालू करेंगे। ओके, देन इफ यू लाइक माय वेज ऑफ टीचिंग, माय वेज ऑफ एक्सप्लेनेशन, देन प्लीज like my videos and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press on the bell icon so that you could get notified every time I upload my videos. Okay, so till then, bye bye.